Reflect on 2 years of doing videos. Good
supposed to
morning.
read?
It is Monday, March the 21st, the beginning of springy break here in the state of Arkansas. So there we go. We didn't
write down
Friday was you coffee, so it should be me coffee.
the coffee.
So anyway,
Bless
so
you,
here we go. Let's get this party started. Meet me, O Christ, in this stillness of morning. Still, and slightly later of morning. Move me, O Spirit,
Spring break.
to quiet my heart. Mend me, O Father, from yesterday's harms. From the discords of yesterday, resurrect my peace. From the discouragements of yesterday, resurrect my hope. From the weariness of yesterday, resurrect my strength. From the doubts of yesterday, resurrect my faith. From the wounds of yesterday, resurrect my love. Let me enter this new day aware of my need and awake to your grace, O Lord. Amen.
Amen.
So, we've been out of touch for a couple of days just because of some shifts and changes with Olivia coming home for spring break and getting some things taken care of. So we're just going to pick up Saturday's topic. This marks 2 years of doing videos, roughly.
Yes.
Almost like to the day.
Okay.
So,
I didn't know what day we actually started.
we'd have to look back. Have to look back and get it right, but I'm pretty sure it was right around this
Well,
time.
I know you were doing some, and then I started
Yes.
tagging along.
So, any thoughts about 2 years of looking at a camera in the mornings and going, "Hi, people"?
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you have any thoughts about it?
Well, I think, and you know, I think one thing that's been interesting has been the various people that we've run into. They're like, "Oh yeah, we watched your thing on Facebook."
That's true, and it's really kind of funny because it's just random. Oh yeah, I heard you talk about that. Wait, what? You heard us talk about that when? Oh yeah, we talked about that on the video. So yeah, that has been a little odd.
So that's been a little strange. It was cool, especially the first year as people were, getting used to us seeing the number of people that picked up like the coffee liturgy, the morning coffee liturgy, and seeing it echo and reflect on Facebook quite a few times of people sharing that. So, and I think the thing about that is that we can look at this little screen right here, and it shows us 0 viewers. But then we have people from other states go, "Oh yeah, we watched your video. Your video was cool. Videos are cool. We don't watch them every day, but we watch them some of the time."
So it's just kind of been fun. I think one of the things that people who put stuff out there struggle with is, is it heard? Does it make a difference? Is there any point? And it's not so much that we're all that big on being seen or becoming famous or anything like that, but I'm a practical person. I want there to be a point to what we do, and so I think that that's been an encouragement of, okay, there are people who have been either encouraged or who've had to stop and think about things because we've introduced topics, or have just laughed at us, which is also fun because we all need laughter.
Yes.
Or whatever. So I feel like there has been a practicality to it that sometimes when you put stuff out there, when you write, or when you produce material in some way, when you teach, when you preach, it's hard to know if it actually does any good, or if anybody cares, or if they just read and listen out of obligation or whatever. So yeah, that's been a nice thing.
Have you learned anything as we've done this?
Probably. I can't necessarily pull it off the top of my head because probably what I've learned I've kind of incorporated, and so definitely learned how to operate some of this stuff.
The equipment. We've learned a lot about the equipment. Which is true. I mean, that's a valid, hey, we learned about this. So, cool. All right.
Have you learned anything?
I've learned that you look good on camera, and I don't.
Thinking so.
So,
You do too.
it's the
always
same
look
as
good.
it's the same as real life.
You always look good.
That the way that works.
Don't say that about yourself because your son looks so much like you.
But he manages to pull it off. He
But
looks
you
good
do
looking
too.
like me.
You do
so
too. And if you say you don't
he's got
look
that
good,
little hint of you in it.
no, if you say
So.
you don't look good, he's going to assume he doesn't, and that's just not good.
Well, he doesn't watch the videos, so he won't know it.
She said this is going to be the one he does watch.
Yeah. So I think that I think of one thing that I've tried to learn from it is to say things more directly and succinctly instead of meandering. There's a habit us preachers will pick up, and that is that we'll talk all around something, partly because we feel like the sermon's supposed to be X length of time, and so rather than coming straight to the point, we'll circle around it. We'll claim that we're reinforcing the truth as we do that, but what we're really doing is talking in circles just to be heard, and realizing that we don't have 45 minutes
Right.
to do this, and you don't have 45 minutes to watch, most likely, especially now that we're mostly coming out of all the pandemic shutdowns and such. So you got to get to the point and say what you have to say.
This is true.
So I think that'd be one of them. So
That's a good point. Well, and I think maybe I've learned to think on my feet a little more quickly for that reason, because a lot of times I talk something out until I figure it out, or I have to think through something in order to actually communicate it. And so that's why I communicate better through writing, because I can just start rambling on paper and then I can go back and make it succinct later. And that doesn't quite work on the video because we're live. This is
Yes.
it. And so
yeah, we don't do tape delay. I don't think we have done a single one of these tape delayed. We went 437 straight days
okay. That's
initially without missing a day. And then after the move, and we did that through the move.
Yeah, we did.
We did that through a couple of family trips. We've done from we've done from Tennessee, from Florida, from Texas, from various places here in Arkansas, and possibly by the end of this year, as we keep on with it, we will have done from Kansas and from Iowa. But we did 437 straight ones without missing one, and then we've missed some with medical care needs primarily, and I think.
But then some of the ones we've missed just because the morning hasn't flowed, and we've said, okay, it's disposable.
And so we've kind of had to learn that lesson, and I think that's probably, we've talked a lot about habits and planning and meeting goals, and maybe that's the point to wrap on. It's good when you're making a new habit to be very, very diligent and to do things like we did. I remember when we left for Florida in May of 2020, and we propped this camera up on the dashboard of the Durango, ran a Wi-Fi hotspot off the phone, and broadcast, or not Wi-Fi hotspot, we actually did the Mevo via 3G app, tied it on via 4G, and did from in the car so that we didn't miss the day while we're driving down I-530 headed toward, we headed towards the river, to cross the river to go to Florida, so that we didn't miss.
Mm-hmm. Because it was still a fresh habit.
It was a fresh habit, and it's not a bad thing to be a little bit crazed about maintaining your fresh habits. But then you reach a point that you need to be able to say, you know what, this is not breathing, and this is not eating, and this is not telling your wife, your husband, that I love you, telling your kids that you're proud of them, that you love them. This is not that has to be done every day, that needs to be done every day. It can be set aside. And so then that's kind of the next stage in it. And now I think we're at a point where it's a habit. We like it. I enjoy doing it.
I enjoy it. I miss it when we don't.
I miss it when we don't. but I also am okay with accepting, hey, you know what? Today's a good day to don't. So I think that's good I think that's a good lesson in habits.
I think it is.
It'll be interesting to see how we evolve going into our third year of this.
Yeah, what we do for topics and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
To
And
liven it up.
this week we'll probably maybe talk about, not on camera, but with each other,
Right.
about what we're going to do. We intend to have special guests this coming week.
Yes.
Each day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, of special guests who will talk to us about things they've learned in the past couple years between the pandemic and everything else, and changes in life, that type of thing. So it might be a little bit longer, maybe a slightly different format, but that'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be.
So anyway, that's what we got.
That's what we got.
Okay, moving on.
So-
What's next?
Reaching in my Bible.
Bible. Look, it's a Bible. Her Bible is large.
It has a large one like
It
this
is
too.
it has all the words in it.
Real quick.
13, 31 through 35.
At that time, some Pharisees came and told Jesus, "Go, get out of here. Herod wants to kill you." He said to them, "Go tell that fox, look, I'm driving out demons and performing healings today and tomorrow, and on the third day I will complete my work. Yet it is necessary that I travel today, tomorrow, and the next day, because it is not possible for a prophet to perish outside of Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, who kills the prophets and stones those who are sent to her. How often I wanted to gather your children together as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, but you were not willing. See, your house is abandoned to you. I tell you, you will not see me until the time comes when you say, 'Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord.'" Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Thank you for the chance to enjoy spring break. I pray that you will keep everyone safe as they're traveling or being home or whatever's going on. I pray for parents who are needing to make adjustments in schedule to accommodate children being home. I just pray that you will bless them with sweet times, even in the middle of the oddness. Father, I thank you for the blessing of your presence. In your holy name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Bye. And hey, to those of you that this is your first actual spring break in a couple of years, hope you have a good one.